You're welcome back to the Pioneer STEM Show. And our guest is already here with us. Her name is Aanuoluwapo Ojewunmi. Hi, Anu.
Hello.
Thank you for finding time to come and mentor our audience out there.
You're very welcome.
So you're in the aerospace industry. What is it like?
It is very exciting.
Okay.
Very exciting because you encounter different challenges every day.
Okay.
And as engineers, you work towards solving those challenges. Different areas in the aerospace sector gives you different challenges to face on. Then for engineers, mostly it's always on trying to improve, optimize what is already been to get better features in aircrafts and even for passenger comfort too.
Okay, so you're the founder of Aerospace with Aanuoluwapo. What is it about? What's that space about?
Yeah, it's an aerospace mentorship program for aerospace enthusiasts, majorly for engineering students here in Nigeria. And sometimes we have people who are in other universities abroad reach out to us too.
Awesome. And so what do you do there?
Okay, we mentor in the sense of there's a general mentorship and there's also a special mentorship. So the general mentorship occurs on LinkedIn, where we talk about aerospace, we talk about careers in aerospace, we try to make people understand what aerospace is really about, because working in the aerospace industry for a short time during my internship, I got to find out that there were so many myths, things people didn't know. And you have to be in the industry to know. So what we try to do is to bring out that information that people need to know before coming into the industry out. Then we give advices on how to secure internships in the aerospace industry. Then for the special program, we work directly hand in hand with a few engineering students. Some are in electrical engineering, some in mechanical, some are studying aerospace engineering at Kwara State University. So we work with them to help them secure internships. We also carry out trainings on aerospace industry. Drone training is coming up very soon, where we teach them how to make drones and utilize them for the activities.
Thank you so much. So you've mentioned a lot of things, and I know this is a Women in STEM episode. I want to ask you, in terms of enrollment and having more women in this field, what has been the barrier? Or people who come to your organization, are most of them women? And first of all answer that before I ask the next question. How are women enrolling in your field?
Unfortunately, out of about 15 plus in the special mentorship program, we had only one.
Just one. So you see, it's still a concern, right? So what do you think are the barriers?
First off, I think it's talking locally here in Nigeria. We have this ideology that is being passed down that most women are for non-tech, non-engineering courses.
Yeah.
And even right from a small age, they tell you, oh, engineering is for boys and you can do any other thing. And me personally, I also, even currently now, I still get that that particular ideology passed down to me, that engineering is for boys. So I feel that is the major thing we're actually facing.
Concern.
It's a psychological thing that women need to be able to overcome, that I can be anything I want to be.
Awesome. Well done. That you can do and you can be anything you want to be. So what is your organization doing to arrest this gender gap?
Okay, so personally, when I mentor people, when people reach out to the organization, I prioritize women, because the person who was part of the mentorship program, although she has also started us and we work hand in hand together on projects when need be. We talk about these things. Even on LinkedIn, we celebrated the Women International Day, and we talk on barriers that women are facing and how we can overcome them generally. So, and also this year, we plan on having outreaches to schools to also encourage enrollment in women in aerospace.
Thank you. So our audience are actually watching you right now. So what do you have for them that are women?
Okay.
I put you on the hot seat. Have something for our audience.
Yes.
So,
So what I would say is, as women, first off, you should know that you can do anything you want to be. You can strive for more. You shouldn't allow yourself to be caged.
yeah.
And the other gender, men, I would ask you, I would plead with you to please encourage women wherever you are to enroll in aerospace, in STEM, and be supportive. Don't just encourage, but support in any way you can. And I think that would go a long way in improving the participation of women in STEM.
I want to ask you another one. Is it compulsory to be an engineer to work in the aerospace?
No, it's not compulsory to be an
Okay.
engineer to work in the aerospace.
All
We
right.
have so many. Okay, so I would speak on something,
Okay.
aviation,
All right.
which most people are confused with aerospace directly. So aerospace is the technology involved, and you don't have to be an engineer. There's so many other professions in aerospace that women can venture in, people can venture in directly and not be engineers.
Like example?
Okay, so in the aerospace industry, we have aircraft maintenance, which is a part, and in aircraft maintenance, we have aircraft maintenance librarians, the
wow.
records officers, and people in the supply chain, people in the
Right.
supply chain who work with aircraft parts, shipments, and all those things. So those are areas where people can also look into.
Is there a case in point where you think when women apply for these jobs, but the men get picked and not them? Have you experienced things like that or heard of things like that? Maybe that's the reason they are not encouraged to even go into this field.
Okay, I have heard of cases,
Okay.
but I personally haven't encountered cases. Fortunately for me, I've been supported throughout, even right from a very young age, because my dad actually wanted me to be a doctor.
Oh, wow.
But
so there's still STEM.
He told me particularly that whatever I want to do, he would support what I want to do.
Shout out to daddy.
So personally, I haven't encountered where, okay, probably I applied for something and because I was a woman, I wasn't given. But I've heard of cases where people tell me, oh, they picked the man over them because he was a man.
It was a man. Thank you so much. You're still watching the Pioneer STEM show, and when we return, Anu here will be giving us some education about the aerospace industry. Thank you for keeping it in lockdown. We'll be right back after this short break.
This is still the Pioneer STEM show, and I'm Aanuoluwapo Ojewunmi, the founder and current team lead of Aerospace with Annie. So now I'll be speaking on misconceptions in the aerospace industry. With my relation with a lot of engineering students, I've come to find out there are a lot of misconceptions, which I also had when I entered the aerospace industry. So first off, the word aerospace and aeronautics are used interchangeably, but are they actually the same thing? My answer is no. Aeronautics is a branch under aerospace, and aerospace involves the design, the research, and development of aircrafts and spacecrafts. Under aerospace, we have aeronautics and we have astronautics. So aerospace is the umbrella body for both aeronautics and astronautics. Aeronautics involves majorly aircrafts, and when I mean aircrafts, I mean airplanes. Even the jets, the paper aircraft you fly is also an aircraft. Then under the astronautics, we have spacecrafts, which are rockets, satellites. These are vehicles which fall under the astronautics. Then also, another misconception most people don't know about, I wouldn't call this a misconception, I would say it's more of a gray area where people don't really understand, and that is aircraft maintenance. Most people mix up aircraft maintenance and aerospace together with each other. Although aircraft maintenance and aerospace they are linked, very linked, but they are not exactly the same thing. Like I said earlier, aerospace has to do with the design and study and research on aircrafts, while aircraft maintenance, like the name suggests, has to do with repair and maintenance operations on aircrafts. So most people who want to work in airlines should know that most engineers you find there are aircraft maintenance engineers who make sure an aircraft is always airworthy for flight, and that is why you can fly safe because of these engineers. And aircraft maintenance has a lot of departments that people can actually work in that are not too open to general public. We have aircraft librarians who are in charge of all the documentations that has to do with maintaining an aircraft, because basically an aircraft depends on documentations, the aircraft maintenance manuals, the fault isolation manuals, so many manuals that aircrafts use and airline use to actually make sure that the aircrafts are airworthy. Then we have aircraft records officers who are in charge of keeping records of all the flights that are taking, the maintenance operations. All these things are recorded in the aircraft maintenance department for the records office. Then we also have the supply chain who are in charge of bringing in aircraft parts. They are in charge of taking aircraft parts for repair that some airlines can undo, because there are so many checks that are supposed to be done and repair operations are supposed to be done on an aircraft. And these people make sure that these parts arrive on time and the correct parts arrive on time. And in the case where an airline cannot repair the parts, they ship them and make sure they are repaired and returned to the store. Then we have the technical store, which is also under aircraft maintenance. They are in charge of bringing it and actually keeping these parts in the store for safekeeping, and also issuing the parts when it's time for repair. And also one important aspect is the aircraft planning, who are in charge of planning for maintenance well ahead before the engineers can actually work on the aircraft. And without all these people, aircraft maintenance would not be possible.
Thank you so much, Anu. In fact, the way you were just vibrating, I said, this is a woman in STEM. What do you do on a daily basis?
Okay, because I'm still currently a student at the University of Lagos, so.
I didn't mention it. You see, I missed that part. Wow, which course?
Mechanical engineering.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Thank you.
When are you done?
By May.
Oh, by May you're done.
Yes,
So
I'm my final year.
Oh, finally. Wow.
Thank
How many girls are there in your class?
Okay, we currently have 6 girls.
6 girls out of how many boys?
We are all about 16 total.
Oh, wow. And they're just 6. So you see the ratio. And maybe even after school, some might not even go ahead.
Yes.
Maybe just a few of you. Well done.
Thank you very much.
So it's that time where we play a game on the show. So choose one. We have a tech puzzle.
Okay.
It will be projected and you get to find words. And then we have this popular one on social media. It's called Never Ever Have I.
Okay.
Right? So
Yes.
there you put a finger, put your 5 fingers up, and then you drop it down when we ask you questions. So which one would you prefer?
Let me try the Never Ever Have I.
Okay. Put your 5 fingers up. Okay. So put a finger down if you've never done these things, right? Okay. So never ever have I missed an appointment before. Never ever have I yelled at a colleague before. Okay. Never ever have I felt lazy to go to work or school before. Never ever have I lied about something before.
4 points.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Pioneer STEM
Thank you very
show.
much.
There used to be this popular hand game that we play as girls.
Okay.
Which one did you grow up with?
There's
Is it
this.
Tinko Tinko?
Yes, it was.
Tinko Tinko.
Yes, that's what I grew up
Okay,
with.
so like, can we do Tinko Tinko now?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's try it. Okay.
Okay, so.
Tinko, 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 tinko. At what point do we do this?
I think it's like 1, 2, 1, 2.
Then
we do
like
this.
that.
Yes.
Okay, let's go again. Tinko, 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 tinko,